What is up, Geek Collective? Today, we are here to take a look at Dorfromantik, developed and published by Toukana Interactive. Dorfromantik launched back in April of 2022. So why am I here talking about this now? I'm talking about the game today because Spacehawk from our tabletop channel will also be covering the tabletop version over on that channel. So please go check out that video as well. So what is a Dorfromantik? According to Wikipedia, the title is a German word that translates to village romanticization or a nostalgic feeling for the countryside. Action games are my bread and butter, but I appreciate the occasional cozy game. Dorfromantik fits very well into that ever-growing subgenre. No battles, no violence, simply one of the chillest games I've ever played. The game is played through an isometric camera angle. The player is given a set number of procedurally generated tiles, which must be placed adjacent to one another. The goal is to place tiles to score points while creating sprawling forests, fields, villages, and more. In Dorfromantik, you attempt to beat your high score and explore your creative side at the same time. During a session, you may encounter sub-objectives that will grant you even more points. Usually, these objectives involve connecting a certain amount of tiles to one another. As a bonus, you might even be asked to close off an area after setting those tiles, netting you even more points. That might sound boring after a while, but replayability is Dorfromantik's greatest strength. As you progress, you'll unlock new tile pieces and biomes. Other modes are available too if you'd like a shorter session or want to stretch your brain with more of a challenge. If you just want to sit and vibe, there's even a creative mode with no points and infinite tiles. What greatly helps make this such a relaxing game is the presentation. While I'm not the resident tabletop guy, I always felt the diorama style and tiles were a shoo-in for a board game, which now exists. Then the music and sound effects put me in a zen state in which I will not be stopping until the last tile is placed. I may have purchased this game again on Steam recently to grab footage, but I've spent most of my time playing the Switch version in handheld mode on the couch with a nice cup of coffee. According to the stats on my profile, I've played this game for over 10 hours. It had been some time since I've played, but I was instantly hooked right back into it when I picked it up again. And finally, I usually try to save my negative thoughts for last. However, I can't think of anything about Dorfromantik that could be improved or changed. I suppose it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I can't imagine that anyone out there would actively dislike this game. Which brings me to my final thoughts. I will rarely say this, but Dorfromantik is virtually flawless. After all the time I've put into the game, I still found myself getting lost in it, and I would recommend it to anyone who needs a break from the daily grind that we call life, or the live service games that constantly demand our attention. It's cliche to say this, but I promise it will be a breath of fresh air. Apologies to the PlayStation and Xbox owners, but you can check out this game for yourself only on Steam or Nintendo Switch for $13.99, or grab it on sale. I'm fairly certain I recently grabbed it for $5, but sale or not, your money will be well spent. Thank you for checking out my latest review. As usual, like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. This is LJthePALADIN, collecting my XP and logging off.